Hey guys, this is Marty Java here, the king of coffee, inviting you to join me. Make yourself a lovely coffee and join me for this session where I'll be talking about a new writing course that's just started. You see I've got my bullet hat here. What I told folks before was when I was a spy for the CIA, the criminals in action, I got shot in the head. And this is my lucky hat. Not because I got shot in the head, obviously, but it saved me from being shot. I bought this Panama hat in China, where you buy everything these days. Everything comes from China. Even goods made in China come from China. Anyways, I got my favorite Panama hat on, and I'd like to tell you about a brand new writing course for people who want to write books. It's by a company called Ardigan Books. That's Ardigan books.com. Ardiganbooks.com. You can look it up, www.ardiganbooks.com. It's a small Scottish micro publisher. It has a few website pages here and there. It has a main web page, and basically they sell lots of different books from the authors that I am showcasing on YouTube today. So go along to www.ardiganbooks.com, drop them a little hello. You can sign the guest book. You can browse the different genres and pages. They are the creators of a new writing course. It's called the Ardigan Novel Writing Course or Novel Writers Course. I'm going to double check that myself. I think it's the Ardigan Writing Course, and it's available on Amazon.co.uk and Amazon.com. But remember, folks, I don't get paid for this. This is all free publicity, folks. What's in it for you? Well, if you are a person who discovers suddenly one day that you have this urge to write a story or a book, or you just want to write a blog, you want to write articles to the local newspaper or magazines, then this is the course for you. It has lots and lots of hints and tips about how to write. Particularly, I would say it's more geared towards somebody who wants to be a book writer, like a novelist or an author. It has how to set your story, how to find your genre, who are your characters, what are their names, what do they look like, what are their qualities, personal qualities and character traits, what drives the character. For instance, I came across an interesting section. They were talking about James Bond. Now, I love the old an James Bond. Oh, that was Sean Connery. I'm talking about Daniel Craig. However, they have a little piece about the spy James Bond as a character. And James Bond is motivated by a desire to see a case through and to get from A to Z and deliver the goods to the government. MI5. Very hush, hush. He has to go through tackling big villains, bombs, car chases, explosions, shootouts, all kinds of death traps and booby traps. And he still manages to come through it without a hair out of place. That's James Bond for you. A bit like myself, suave and sophisticated ladies, shaken but not stirred. Anyway, guys, talking about the Ardigan novel writing course, it's ideal because it takes you through the characters. What should your characters be doing? Why are they motivated to do something that makes them go through hell or high water to get what they want to do? It's called motivation. And in every story you have to have a protagonist and you have to have an antagonist. Somebody who prevents this person or becomes an obstacle to them getting what they want. And they have to be driven. It could be an emotional need. It could be a financial need. It could be, in the case of James Bond, it's just work. It's what I do. I save people. I get secrets. I bring them back to Now then, this is a very good writing course because it does the characters, it looks at dialogue, the kind of effective dialogue, the kind of non-effective dialogue, it gives you examples. It talks about how to describe your characters. For instance, the fat man waddled into the room. Now then, the word fat is not needed. It's unnecessary. It's superfluous. If you'd said the man waddled into the room, straight away I'm thinking waddled like a duck, you know, so he must be carrying a few extra pounds here and there. He must be like Billy the Blimp. So you see what I mean about character description? So they do character dialogue, character description, and then we look at basic plot. We look at transition of time and place. How does your character get from A to B to C to D, from A to Z basically? How does he get there? How does it do it? And what relevance has it from him being there? What are the impediments in a physical story? Building up suspense is very important. When I was a kid, you know, we didn't have TV and Xbox and PlayStations. We actually stood in a long, long line at the cinema. Every Saturday morning in a long line, millions of kids, a huge big line of kids, all waiting on the Saturday matinee. And when you went into the Saturday matinee, you got 4 or 5 short films, and a lot of those films were goodies and baddies. You know, it was cowboy films and engines, or Flash Gordon and the baddies in space. And you know, it always ended with a cliffhanger. Every week, the hero would be placed in a precarious position, and then the film would stop. What? You can't leave him like that. What's going to happen? I can't wait till next week. That, my friends, is a cliffhanger. It's a hook. to hook the reader in to reading on to the next chapter. So when you finish each chapter, you want to hook your reader in with some little tasty tidbit so that they read on and read on and read on until they get to the end of your book. Otherwise, they're likely to read it and go, forget that. That's a big steaming pile of poo. You don't want them saying that about your book. You want them opening your book and saying, my God, what is this stuff? I can't put it down. I'm hypnotized. And then you can sell your books by the dozen, by the truckload, by the boatload, by the airplane load, by the book. It's on Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk. But remember, folks, I don't get paid for this kind of publicity. Oh no, it's all free material. That was my W.C. Fields impersonation, in case you didn't know. Well, it looks at character building, character dialogue, how to describe your characters, the plot. It looks at hooks. It looks at suspense. It looks at pacing of your story. And it looks at a ton more of stuff. It's a book. It's a writing course about writing books. It's something that you will benefit from time and time and time again. It's not a one-off and that's it, finished and that's it. It's a reference material. You will keep looking at it time and time again, perhaps until you get it in here. Now, I myself have looked at a book. It's a book that J.C. Gallagher bought, and it's by Robert McKee, who is an expert on screenwriting for films. And I was speaking to J.C. the other day there, and he said, you know what? This is one of the best, if not the best, book I have ever read about writing a film screenplay. Because it's so meaty, it's so full of stuff that is so good, there's gold dust in there. This book deserves to be bought. And I want to say to you, if you want to be a good author and writer, you get your hands on that Ardigan writing course. Okay? I hope you enjoyed it, folks. And remember, it can't get any worse. I'll see you again.